Yo, what is up guys, it's your boy Hoopz here back with another video, and today we'll be talking about the Toronto Raptors' future and what direction they're going to go. But before you do anything, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and comment what I should talk about next. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. So first, before we do anything, we're going to break down some of the important things Masai Ujiri mentioned during his recent press conference. First up, he said he wants to build around Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Scotty Barnes, and other players like Chris Boucher and Khem Birch. The first 5 players I get, but I don't understand why he mentioned Boucher and Birch, because they aren't really players you build around, and both players are probably at their peak right now, with them nearing their 30s. Masai Ujiri also continued to say that they're not taking the super team route and saying that player development is the way they're going to go. With that being said, we could safely say that the Raptors could possibly consider to take another year of not making the playoffs for the sake of their future. Now with that out of the way, let's dive into some of the other stuff we're going to talk about in this video. So during the NBA draft, I'm pretty sure all of us expected the Raptors to select Jalen Suggs, but we were wrong, with the Raptors shockingly selecting Scotty Barnes. The reason behind this was revealed during Masai Ujiri's recent press conference, where he says that, and I quote, "We have a process, we have our disagreements, and he was just a player that excited all of us," specifically saying his passion for the game and winning. Masai said Scotty Barnes mentioned winning about 34 times in his pre-draft interview with the Raptors, saying that all he talks about is winning, and that's what we wanted to bring. Other sources like Raptors head coach Nick Nurse mentions that they just thought that they needed size and things for the team right now. Masai Ujiri also mentions that he also selected Delano Banton because he could have been a higher pick in next year's draft if he stayed in college. We still don't know much about David Johnson, but I'm assuming we selected him because he was projected to be a first-round selection at the start of the year. But then again, Brandon Boston Jr. was also available, and he was in that scenario too, so if that was the case, we would have selected Boston, but who knows. So during and after the season, we got to see a lot of moves by the Raptors to get a younger team, trading Norman Powell for Gary Trent Jr., trading Terrence Davis and Matt Thomas for 2 second-round picks, who ended up being Delano Banton and David Johnson, completing a sign-and trade to trade Kyle Lowry for Precious Achiuwa, signing some young players like Justin Champagnie on a 2-way contract, and Isaac Bonga to a training camp deal, and much more. Since we didn't draft Suggs, I'm assuming that the Raptors organization are leaning towards having Gary Trent Jr. starting at the 2, and I'm all in for it because last season he averaged 18 points when starting for the Raptors and only 4 points when coming off the bench for the Raptors, so I completely understand why they want to start Trent. OG Anunoby is another player who they heavily depended on to be the starting small forward after the departure of Kawhi Leonard, which has been working out great with OG improving every year, and with the pace he's going, he could possibly be in All-Star conversations next year, with also being in MIP conversations. With a ton of reports saying that the Raptors are open to trading Pascal Siakam, the Raptors denied that, saying he's going to be a part of our future, and I understand why, especially after how he played before all this COVID stuff. Yes, he hasn't been playing as good as before, but with the Raptors returning to Toronto being the most likely thing, Siakam could possibly return to how he was like pre-COVID, but who knows. He is currently on rehab from a shoulder injury, so things could be slow for him when he returns. Fred VanVleet has also been great, playing the best basketball of his career. He had a great year, but was pretty inefficient shooting below 40% from the field, but that's probably because of him getting COVID and not playing as good as before when he came back. We also acquired Precious Achiuwa in the offseason, which seems like a great pickup with him playing amazing in the Summer League. A funny story between Achiuwa and Masai, his first words while meeting Masai Ujiri was the words, "finally," and Masai proceeded to say, "You're mine now," obviously indicating that the organization are looking towards Precious Achiuwa being a part of their future. The Raptors have an interesting roster and could go either way, trying to make the playoffs or just tank to get another lottery pick. But that is it for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.